it's Lauren with Lauren Talks Homes here, and we're going to discuss, well, there aren't a lot of properties on the market right now, and so you want to know what to look for in a home. What are things that you can overlook, and what are some major issues? And so we'll discuss important things to look out for when purchasing a home. So when buying a home, you have to know the difference between, issues that can be fixed later on or issues that are deal breakers. No way, no how, I don't want it. We're going to discuss some of those things today. I've had a client before who turned away from a house because of the house, even though this isn't anything I would want per se. I either had carpet in the bathroom, but it was like the house they loved. I was in my early real estate days, so I didn't really know I didn't know any better. So I kind of said, hey, you could always change it. But if I would have known then what I know now, I would have, kind of told them, hey, that's a small fix. It's not that expensive to replace with tile. And if everything else about this home you love, then it may be the way to go. Nonetheless, they found a home they liked, a brand new construction. It all worked out, so they got what was best for them. But I'm just saying that to say that don't let minor things like cosmetic issues, like paint or carpet, or even a dated kitchen. There's a way to, add backsplash, or you can have the cabinets painted or stained by someone. So to make the home work for you. So those aren't necessarily things to just push the house completely out of your mind just because it's cosmetically not. Because if it's an inexpensive cosmetic fix, then it may be something maybe a home you want to look into. Now, don't get me wrong, if you want 5 bedrooms and it only has 3, that's more than cosmetic. That's, you need a certain structure for function and things like that. So that would be important. The cosmetic things you may be able to change on your own, and it may not even be that expensive. So don't let something small make you change your mind about your house. Well, about what could be your house. A deal breaker could possibly be foundation issues. Foundation cracks or other issues can be impossible to fix or just very expensive. So that may be something you want to, if you feel like the house has a slope or something like that, you want to have it inspected and make sure that, the foundation isn't an issue, because that can be problematic and can be an expensive fix. You also want to check for signs of water leaks. One of my things when I'm walking with clients, I like to look at the ceiling and kind of see if I see any leaks. And don't get me wrong, I'm not an inspector at all, but just, doing this for a while, you kind of get used to certain things. And so I watch for, the brown spots on the ceiling and that sort of thing. And if it's there, I point it out to my client. Because water leaks, you don't know if that leads to if there have been mold issues or things like that, and that you want to stay away from, or at least have someone come in and inspect to make sure it's not a larger issue. So mold is that nasty 4-letter word here in Texas, and it's an issue in Texas overall. So if you see signs of mold, then you always want to have it inspected. And I know I keep saying get it inspected, but a good inspector is so important as you're searching for a home. Treating a home for mold will usually call for major demolition to open the walls and flooring for access. So if that's a project you want to take on, you just want to be fully informed about it. before taking on such a project. So when you're buying a pre-existing home, I tell my clients all the time, there's more than likely, there are going to be issues that your inspector will find out. It's very rare. I've never seen it happen, an inspector not find anything, even in new construction. So you just have to keep in mind, I always say, safety and hazard and those sorts of things when you're thinking about whether or not to purchase the home, because the market right now, it's really competitive. And so if there are things you can, replace, like outlets and stuff like that on your own, then you do that. But don't let that be the issue that causes you not to purchase what could be the home of your dreams. But now when we're looking at foundation and leaks and mold and those sorts of things, and you really want to be completely prepared to take that on if that's something you'd like to do. So you want to price it. But as far as drapery and lighting, or even sometimes like walls and spaces, space may seem kind of cramped, but you watch it all the time where they knock out a wall and that's not a load-bearing wall, and it just opens up the space. So you just kind of want to see what your options are before completely exiting a home off your list, because like right now there's not a lot out there, and things are going pretty quickly at the moment. So don't sweat the small stuff, but make sure you are informed and have a professional take care of those large things. All right, until next time, Lauren Talks Homes.